Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you all? I really hope this finds you well and happy and that you guys are enjoying your summer so far. I've enjoyed summer. I've especially enjoyed the month of July. It has just been action-packed. We have had a lot of activity going on. We've been spending lots of time with family and friends and just have had so many activities. It's been a lot of fun, and I think the thing that I've been loving the most about my July so far and just this beautiful sunny weather that we're having is all of the fun summer outdoor activities. My favorite leisurely summer activities is spending time outside in the backyard. I pretty much love all backyard activities. I love to garden and get my hands dirty, playing in the dirt, tending to all my flower gardens. And I really love backyard barbecues. I love to grill. I love spending time with my family. We just hang out, play cornhole, do all the fun backyard summer activities. So today, I thought it would be a lot of fun to create some projects that are backyard grilling and backyard dining inspired projects. So we're gonna head out into the shop and have a little bit of fun working on some cute pieces that we can use on our outdoor dining table. And I also would really love to thank XTool for sponsoring today's video, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about them in a bit. I am so excited for this project, y'all. We are going to be making a cute little caddy for these darling berry bowls that I found on Amazon, and I will try to link them in the description box for y'all. Okay, so I've gone ahead and just pulled some scrap wood from the scrap bin, and this piece here is a piece of beautiful hardwood, so I think I'm going to use it for the bottom of our crate. And then I've got these some pieces here for the edges, for the side pieces, and then this long piece is going to be the front and the back of our tote box, or our caddy box. Tote, I guess it's not really a tote, a caddy. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is trace our pattern onto our pieces of this 2 pieces of wood that we're going to be using for the sides. And my pattern is a little wider than my boards are. So I was just careful to center the handle part of this pattern in the center of the board and then trace around it. And I'll go ahead and do this for both of our end pieces. Now it's time to cut the end pieces out, and to do this I'm going to be using my scroll saw. And y'all, I haven't used the scroll saw in a while, so it was kind of fun to just get reacquainted with the scroll saw, and I just had a lot of fun cutting this piece out. At first I took it slow, but then I got a little braver as I went. We've kind of gotten used to using our laser cutter to cut a lot of this kind of stuff out lately, but because I wanted these end pieces for our caddy to be pretty thick, I have to cut them out on the scroll saw because our laser doesn't cut wood that is this thick. It's making me want a laser that does though, so I think in the future we're going to have a bigger laser that cuts out these thicker pieces of wood. So I'm just going to go ahead and have fun here cutting this piece out on the scroll saw. I really do love using the scroll saw, and now that I've used it again, it's reminded me how much fun it is to use this particular tool in the shop. It looks pretty good. Like I said, it's been a while since I've used the scroll saw, so I do have a few weird edges here, but nothing the sander won't take care of. So now that I've got this one cut out, I'm going to go ahead and cut the second one out as well. get to do my least favorite part of woodworking, and that is sanding our pieces. I started out hand sanding this with just my sanding file that I have here, and then I'm like, this is for the bird, so I did take it over to the belt sander and sanded all the rest of these pieces down, and it went so much faster. So if you have a belt sander, put it to good use, because why put yourself through all this extra labor when you can use a power tool? Okay, y'all, so here's where I may have messed up a little bit. So when I originally designed this, I wanted these front and back edge pieces to just go across the whole piece, across the front and the back, like so. But then I put it up there, I held it up there. I'm like, I don't think this looks very good. I think it needs to go to the inside of our end pieces, if that makes sense. But for me to do that, I'm going to have to recut the end pieces because they won't be wide enough. So it's one of those design choices. I'm sure that it would have looked really good like this, but for some reason in just my visual mind, I liked it better on the inside. So I did go ahead and recut our end pieces so that they were wider. And once I got those cut, I could now cut our front and back edge pieces to length. And I am really loving this new chop saw, y'all. We just got this new chop saw. It's one of the radial arm ones, and oh, I'm loving it so much. So I will also try to have this linked in the description box for y'all as well. It's been a big game changer for sure. So here I am taking my new pieces that are going to be the end pieces. I took them to the table saw and cut them to the proper width, and then I retraced the pattern on them, took them back to the scroll saw and recut these. Oh boy, if I would learn to do math, I'd probably save myself a whole lot of headache. All right, so now let's go ahead, head back into the studio and start painting these. So I am going to stain most of our pieces. And I actually okay, let me just back up a little here. So I did decide to stain all of the pieces. And after I got them all stained, I decided those end pieces, because it's a different type of wood, because I messed up and had to actually end up cutting these with plywood, they didn't stain as pretty as our actual hardwoods did. So at the end, I decided to paint them black, and y'all, the end result is stunning. I just love the black with the natural wood. It is so pretty. So I just am using some antiquing wax to stain these. I love using antiquing wax. This is Waverly brand. And the part of the reason I love this so much is, number one, it dries almost instantly. And number two, it doesn't turn my woods orange. It gives them just this nice honey colored stain, which I really love. So I put the stain on, and then I go ahead and wipe off any of the excess with a clean cloth. So here I am staining the end pieces, and then you'll see in a few minutes where I decide, oh, I don't like how these are looking. They stained kind of weird. They don't have that pretty grain like the hardwoods do. So I do go back over these and paint them all black. I did water down my black paint just a little tiny bit, and then I brushed it on pretty heavily, and then came in with a clean cloth and wiped away all of the excess. And I like how by wiping away some of that excess black paint, it did sort of bring up that antiquing wax and give my wood pieces the appearance of having a little bit more wood grain. It sort of just enhanced that, and I really like how it turned out. Okay, y'all, so now we are going to move on to my favorite part of this whole entire project. I'm so excited about this. So I did not want our caddy to just have a plain old round handle on the top. I really wanted it to have a spindle look to it. And we didn't have any spindles that would fit properly, so I asked Michael if he would come in and turn a spindle for me on the wood lathe. And he's such a sweetheart. He readily agreed to do this. So here Michael is just tracing our wood round out so that we can find perfect center in this. And the way we do this, so we just trace it around, and then Michael's going to go ahead and cut this circle out. Once we get it cut out, we fold our little piece, our little circle piece, into fourths. So we fold it in half and then fold it in half again. And then when you open it up, it gives you perfect center. And I love this technique. It is such an easy way to find center on round pieces without having to do that thing that's my nemesis, math. So you can see when Michael opened that up, the folds leave like a perfect cross in your circle, and the center of that cross is the dead center part of your circle. I just love this technique. It's so easy. And so the reason that we needed to find perfect center on our dowel here is so that when Michael goes to place it into the lathe, we have perfect center as he gets things set up, and this will help us get a nice even turn on our wood piece. I love watching Michael work on the wood lathe. This is one of my favorite woodworking projects in the whole shop. I love this part, and I'm hoping someday that Michael will be able to have time to teach me how to use the lathe, because it's so exciting to just take a piece of wood like this and then just watch the magic happen as he starts making cuts and grooves. So here he's doing some measurements, using his pencil to mark out where he wants specific designs in our wood round. At this point, I am starting to feel so giddy as Michael begins making the first few cuts on this. It is so exciting. It's like magic watching Michael just take all these cool tools that he's using, and he starts making cuts and just things start happening, and it's so exciting. So I don't know the proper names of all the different tools that Michael is using to turn this piece, nor do I know the technical jargon. But what I do know is that it is so fun and it's so exciting to just watch this thing take shape as Michael works away. I think it's fascinating. It's almost a beautiful moment for me watching him create this and just turn this piece of wood and watch it just take shape and begin to look more and more like a spindle with every single cut. Y'all, isn't this amazing? I am so impressed. Michael is just incredible. I am so blessed and so lucky to have his mad skills just available to me. He's such a sweetheart, and he's such a good sport about always just being willing to jump in and help me with these projects and all my crazy DIY ideas. I just love him and appreciate him so much. Anyway, so now he's just sanding this piece down, getting it all beautiful and nice and smooth, and then we will take it over to the chop saw and cut these excess ends off. These are just the spare pieces. I'm not sure what they're called. Again, I don't know the technical jargon. And now we'll go ahead and get our holes drilled in our side pieces so that the dowel fits nice and snug in here. let's go ahead and get this beautiful hand-turned spindle stained. I will be using Waverly antiquing wax to do this, same exact technique as we used on the previous pieces. So I'll go ahead and brush on some of the antiquing wax. I do brush this on pretty liberally, and then I come in with a soft cloth and wipe away all the excess stain. Oh my gosh, y'all, isn't this so pretty? And it looks so nice with all the other pieces. It just matched up so perfectly. I love this. I couldn't be happier. Okay, to finish off the painting part of our project, I'm going to go ahead and seal our black end pieces with some Waverly clear wax. I like to use the wax. It just gives it this pretty luster, but yet it keeps the integrity of that matte finish. Now we get to start assembling all of our parts and pieces. This step is super exciting too, because you just get to watch all these pieces come together to create one cohesive project. So to glue these all together, I am using Titebond wood glue in the translucent. I'm using the translucent one. I like this for these pretty hardwood pieces because if you do get some squeeze out, it does dry clear and you don't really see it. Although I do try to be very, very careful to wipe away any of the excess glue, especially, some squeeze out glue. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the bottom piece of our caddy to the front and back edge pieces. After I get these glued, I do come in with a finish nail gun and just pop a couple of finish nails in this and then clamp it together. I let this set up for about an hour and a half to just give that glue a lot of time to really set and completely dry before we move on to the next step. After I got these pieces all clamped together, I had to put this little wood block in here because I was having an issue once they were clamped together. Even though I put some nails in there, that top wanted to just kind of kept buckling inward. So I put that little wedge in there to keep everything securely held into place while the glue set. Okay, so now we can go ahead and glue our edge pieces to the bottom part of our caddy. So, oops. So I'm going to go ahead and glue one edge piece in place first. I do again come in and put a few small finish nails in this. Sorry, this is off frame. I was really struggling with this nail gun. It's not my favorite one to use, and you almost need two hands to use it. So I was struggling just a little bit here, so I apologize that it went off frame. Then I come in, wipe away any excess glue. Then I will go ahead and pop some glue onto the second side pieces. But before I put that piece on, I'm going to glue the spindle in, and then the two side pieces is kind of what holds that spindle really tight in there. Just that the force of the two end pieces keeps it nice and secure. I do add some glue though, just to make sure that it isn't going to go anywhere ever. Oh my gosh, y'all, what do you think? I love this piece. I couldn't be happier. I think it turned out so pretty. It looks very sharp. I love the two-tone colors. It definitely gives it that sharp, sophisticated look, and it looks so cute with our berry baskets in it. I really am loving this piece. Jumping right into project number 2, we are going to create a really cute silverware caddy for our outdoor dining table. And again, Michael was so sweet to come out and offer all of his talent in helping me create this project. So the first thing that we're doing here is we've taken just this really beautiful piece of black walnut wood that we had. This was a scrap piece that we had left from a previous project. So Michael is just drawing out the guidelines on this, because what we're going to do is we're going to create this tray with an inset, like a bowl almost, but just a very shallow inset. So Michael is using the router to do this, and my goodness, y'all, does this thing make a lot of sawdust. We had a huge pile of sawdust. Anyway, Michael's working very hard to just do this. This is a very slow, meticulous process. I've sped it up here for y'all's sake, so that you don't have to just sit and watch hours and hours of Michael routering this. But he did an amazing job cutting the inside of this out. And once he got the inside cut out, he did come back in and round off all the outside edges. And it just turned out beautiful. I love this tray. I can see myself actually using this for a variety of different purposes. For this purpose, though, we are going to put our cute little silverware caddies. We're going to nestle them right inside this box. So after Michael got it sanded, this is what it looks like. It's beautiful. I just love it. He did a great job. Okay, so now we have all of these cute little puzzle pieces here, and we're going to assemble all of these to create our silverware caddy. We did cut all of these out on our XTool M1 laser cutter. Y'all, I know you've heard me say this a dozen times, but we really are loving our laser cutter. And if y'all are in the market for one, I do recommend this one. It is a great beginner-friendly laser cutting machine. It's so easy to use. There's minimal setup to this. It's a wonderful machine if you are just getting started with laser cutting. And if you are interested in purchasing the XTool M1 laser cutter, I will have more details on this machine listed in the description box for y'all, as well as a discount code off of your first purchase. So Michael is just going to continue putting all of these pieces together. We are using super glue to do this, and I will have the super glue product that we used listed in the description box for y'all as well. I always have a supply list in the description box for you, so if you're interested in any of the supplies that we used, check that description box. This was really fun to assemble because it's amazing to me how precise. It's just that laser cutter just cuts everything with precision, and it's beautiful. It makes assembly so easy. It was really like putting a puzzle together. But once it went together, they just turned out so darling. And then on the fronts of each of these, we cut out the cute little silverware shapes, the fork, the spoon, and the knife. And I love how this project turned out. I think it's just darling, and it is going to be a fun accent piece to the tablescape. So here are all of them put together. What do y'all think? Aren't they cute? I love them. And they look so cute nestled inside the tray. For our last project of today, we are going to be creating this really cute napkin holder, and this is one of the most simplest things I think we've ever made. Ever. It's literally 3 pieces. So we found this really gorgeous 3mm black walnut wood for our laser cutter, which is it's wonderful because I love walnut, and this didn't require any painting, any staining, anything. So we literally just cut these 3 pieces out on our laser cutter. Isn't this so cute? The sunflower, look at the detail in there. This is what you can create with a laser cutter, y'all. And again, I'm going to say it one more time. We are loving our XTool M1 laser cutter. It is a wonderful machine. And again, if you're interested, don't forget to check the description box for all the details on our laser cutter. So again, this was just 3 pieces. We're just simply gluing them together. And then of course, Michael did come in and reinforce the glue with a couple of finish nails. And just like that, y'all, this project is finished and it is so cute. I really love it. I cannot wait to style this on our outdoor dining tablescape. pieces that we created. These are so fun. They are just a ton of fun, and I can hardly wait to take them outside and style our outdoor dining table. So that's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna head out to the backyard and have a little fun using all of the pieces that we created today to create a fun outdoor dining tablescape. So let's head on out to the backyard. This is going to be so much fun. I love creating tablescapes, especially for outdoor barbecues. This one is going to be so much fun. So here are all the pieces that we are going to use. And when I chose all of the pieces for this particular tablescape, I was mindful of choosing pieces that all coordinated with one another, but not necessarily competed with one another, if that makes sense. So here we are just adding all the silverware to our cute little caddy. I love this. This is so functional and so cute at the same time. And I think it would also be great to use on your table, like if you had a buffet line, if you're entertaining and have a buffet line, this is a great way to display your silverware. The napkin holder is probably one of my favorites. I just really love this so much. And so instead of just putting a pile of napkins in here, I am going to use some cloth napkins, and I rolled them all in a nice roll and then just placed them in here. So this is a great way to have some extra napkins at the table and make them look cute at the same time. Then I'm just going to come in and start layering the table settings, the place settings, and I like to start with great big oversized placemats or plate chargers to do this because I like to create lots of layers. And then I'm just using these cute little like milk jars for drinkware and added in some glass straws. And I will also have all of these as much of these pieces linked in the description box as I can for y'all. Once I get all the placemats and the drinkware placed into place or positioned to where I want them into place, I'm going to come in and start adding all the dishes, the plates, and I do complement these plates with a pretty little oversized bowl. And another thing that I really like to add to my tablescapes is some lamps or candles, and I really like these outdoor lamps. These are super fun. They're rechargeable solar lamps, so I will also have them linked in the description box for y'all. And if you have room on your tablescape too, adding some greenery or a vase of flowers is also a fun way to just really add some color and bring lots of color and texture into the tablescape. To finish off this tablescape, I'm just going to simply add some cloth napkins to each place setting. I think having the cloth napkins nestled within your place setting just adds that welcoming, inviting feel to each place at the table. And I like to use napkin rings if you don't have any. In this case, I'm just using some of these cute grapevine napkin rings, but if you don't have napkin rings, you can also tie your napkins in a cute little knot. I just think that is darling. So here's our table setting. Here's a final look at all of the fun pieces that we created today. I really hope that y'all enjoyed this. I hope it gave you some fun inspiration for setting your outdoor tables, and whether you're entertaining family or friends, hopefully this gives you some fun ideas. Alrighty, my sweet friends, that is going to wrap up this episode. I really had fun. I hope y'all had fun. I hope that you continue to enjoy your summer and all the fun summer activities. I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Until then, take care, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.